Count San Diego. Baseball comes your way on a Wednesday afternoon. It's the Philadelphia Phillies and the San Diego Padres. John Shambi along with Chris Singleton and Singy. These two teams aren't rivals in the sense they play in the same division, but it's clear they have each other's attention.
Yeah, and they should be on each other's radars, and they could very well find themselves playing each other again in the postseason. And I'll tell you, that's a recipe to fast-track a rivalry. Both teams are talented, and I can't imagine a scenario where one backs down in this matchup.
So almost ready to get underway and towing the slab in this one, Joe Musgrove. What should we keep an eye on here?
Well, last time out, he was only able to complete 4 innings, but really battled. Didn't have his best stuff. I look for him to be better in this one.
Trey Turner at the plate.
Leading off the afternoon for Philadelphia, the shortstop, Trey Turner.
The wind to kick the pitch. In for a strike. And we're underway from San Diego. The wind to the pitch. Out there to center. Grisham settles under it. Makes the grab, one down. Okay, let's check out the lineup. And this is a dangerous group, Chris. Top to bottom loaded with guys who can barrel up the baseball. A lot of high exit velocities, and that all results in a club that's leading the league in slugging percentage right now.
And Boog, that means the pitcher's got to be ready from the very first pitch of each and every at bat, because these guys, they're ready to jump all over you, and they've got the swing speed, the velocity through the zone, however you want to measure it, to hit the ball hard and hit it a long way.
There's no question this is a lineup that is built to win in today's modern game of baseball. One down, base is empty. Foul ball. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock.
Good two-strike hitting right there, Boog. A bit of a lost start for some, so that was nicely done to beat the odds. He got that front foot down, and pitch recognition was on point. Pretty impressive for an 0-2 count.
Here's some real power at the plate. Justin Crawford. Ripped to right. Should be extra bases. Boom. Around second, headed for third. The relay throw. Not in time. He's safe at the plate. And it's 1-0.
Always feels good when you come through and get your team on the board first. You see a ball come off the bat like that, you know it was pretty much a perfect swing. And for me, I start wondering, and I'm looking on the computer, what was the exit velocity? This time 106.
So here's the cleanup hitter, Brandon Jordan. First offering, misses the mark.
You know what's interesting, Boog, is Joe took a trip to Antarctica in the 2022 offseason, and guess what?
What?
He threw the fastest pitch in the history of Antarctica.
Right-hander kick steals. This one in the dirt, and well done to keep it close. And the runner stays where he is. Appears they're working around him with the base open, Singy.
Well, you know, these 2-0 counts, Boo, they're just not what they used to be, and we sound like old guys when I say that, but
he swings and hits a fly ball, center field. Grisham makes the catch. Runner tags for home. He scores on the sac fly, and they take a 2-run lead.
Well, he's always capable of losing one over the fence. He might have just missed it right there, but a good job driving that run from third.
Here's Harper now. 2 for 8 in the series so far. In there, and it's 0-1. There's the strike.
No ball, 2 strikes.
The 0-2. This to third. Low throw, and he can't dig it out.
Batting six.
Well, that's a pick you want to come up with as a first baseman. That's how you win that gold glove. But it's never on him to take the error on a throw like that. And he'll probably tell you he should have picked his teammate up, but he gave it a good effort, just couldn't get it to stick.
Kyle Schwarber comes up to hit here. Went deep in the ball game last night. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Right side, hard hit. Cronenworth takes it to the bag. Out number 3. But 2 runs for him, and they jump ahead. Bottom half of inning number 1 coming up. It's the Phillies 2, the Padres coming to bat. Welcome back. Today's starting pitcher, Bailey Falter. And Chris, pitching on the road has not been particularly kind to him.
Yeah, and you don't want to be too quick to say that he can't pitch on the road. Sometimes, you know, it's just a matter of luck. It's not having a feel. Difference between the bullpen mound to the mound out there on the playing field. Don't know what it is, but I know this. He's got good enough stuff to overcome and get it done on the road as well as at home. So we'll see what he's able to do in this one.
Xander Bogaerts leading things off and takes a strike. The big lefty turns, kicks, deals. This one smoked out to left. Schwarber hauls it in, and there's one away. As we take a look at the Padres lineup. One guy swinging a hot bat recently, Ha-Sung Kim.
Well, these days we know teams, you know, they put a game plan together for every hitter in a lineup. But a guy like this, they circle him, make sure he doesn't beat you. So, you know, they put in a little extra time and effort on how they're going to approach him. He can be a huge difference maker when he's hot. So it's going to be fun to see how they try to work him right here.
Jake Cronenworth in the box now. No balls and a strike. And he's down 0-2 as he swings through it.
Gosh, a little late on that breaking ball. I don't think he recognized it out of the hand. Just a little tardy. Gonna have to regroup here.
The wind of the pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out.
Came inside with that 2-strike fastball nicely and just bunched him up on the inside part of the plate. Couldn't get around on it and catch it out front. Many times if you do, it's a foul ball. And you know, a lot of pitchers, they really don't like working inside with 2 strikes because they do not want to hit that batter. And when they've got him up against the ropes, got to figure out a way to put him away. Did a nice job right there.
Fought off foul. That one missed.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Now a high fly ball out to left center. Schwarber settles under it. Makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. Nothing doing there for the Friars. They trail things here 2-0. And welcome back. All set for the start of the inning. And now it is JT Realmuto. This is a guy who is very highly regarded defensively. Fun to watch him control stuff behind the plate. Good game caller. Good at framing, but it's that big arm that really stands out. Base hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap. And I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video because that's the kind of swing you want to bottle. So many positives that led to that knock. And now they've got some speed on first. So we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Checks over to first. Back safely.
you come into the game knowing that unless the ball's in the dirt or gets by him, we're probably not going to steal anything today. So that's where you want to get a little more aggressive on your secondary lead and hope that some base hits, some slugs, some home runs can come into play.
Nobody out, runner at first. And now it's even up.
Well, I'll say this as a former position player and base stealer. When you come into a game and you've got a guy like this behind the dish with a big arm, you really have to change your approach. Can't try to steal because you'll get thrown out. Maybe get a little bigger lead, be aggressive on the secondary. But this type of guy shuts the running game down.
The 2-2. Got him swinging.
Well, Boog, it becomes pretty difficult as a teammate when a guy's struggling like this. You don't know if you want to go up and tell him to keep swinging it or if you want to give him his space, what exactly he needs. But right now, it's clearly a struggle for him, and you're just hoping that somehow, some way it'll click, and he can get out of this as quickly as possible.
And now, Josh Harrison. And first offering is fouled off. And the righty deals. And ball one. And Chris behind the plate today, James Kingsley, known for being a little generous on the edges. That's off the mark. 2 balls and a strike. Musgrove was originally picked in the first round of 2011 by the Blue Jays, but now a San Diego kid who grew up in Grossmont and got a chance to pitch for his hometown team in the playoffs in 2022. Way high.
Yeah, it's really been fun watching him develop as a major league pitcher with the Astros as part of that 2017 World Series championship team. It was kind of an afterthought, but after being traded and bouncing around a little bit, he really found it.
To second, and he threw it away. And he's going to make it up to second base as that's a 2-base error. And he's going to make it up to second base as that's a 2-base error.
With the way defenders track down balls these days, I mean, both from the infield and in the outfield, there really aren't a lot of base hits on balls hit like that. But there's always a little room back behind the first and second baseman to drop a long dart in there, and he found a way.
Turner at the plate now. That's ball one. Flied out to center in his first at bat. Two on, one out. Second and third here. One away. Next offering is in for a strike.
All sliders so far in this at bat to get ahead in the count, and clearly shows there was a game plan in mind for how to attack him in the box.
That to right. Cruz moving under it. Hauls it in, 2 away.
Now batting, the third baseman, Alec Bohm.
And now it's Alec Bohm. 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored so far. First pitch just misses. Real Muto on third. Harrison at second with 2 gone.
Well, he knows they don't want to give him anything to hit, but when you've got opportunities to drive in runs, you've got to expand the zone. He's capable of going out there and doing damage with it.
Next pitch inside. 2-1. Righty to the plate. Fouls one off. 2-2. Two outs. Tap back up the middle. Back up the. Oh, that got him. He is safe.
Now back, the
walk on with runners at the corners. And digging in for Philadelphia, Justin Crawford. That's off the mark. Ball 1. Corners are occupied with 2 down. Two balls, no strikes to count.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
That misses. 3 balls, no strikes. Brandon Jordan waits on deck. Left-hand hitter waits. Crawford checks his swing. Appeal down to third. And yes, he offered at it. Runners on first and third, 2 away. Next offering is fouled back.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitter's got to stay focused on the pitch.
Kicks and fires. Got him swinging. Good job at damage control right there. 1 run in the inning, but they leave 2. Now to the bottom of the second. It's the Phillies 3 and the Padres nothing. Back here in San Diego, we head to the bottom of the second. Manny Machado up to the plate. Chris Machado is a guy who impacts the game with his bat. He's got big-time power. But what about the defense? He hasn't only won a gold glove, multiple gold gloves, but he's also won a platinum glove as the best defender at any position in his league. Ripped on the ground to second. Slings to first. Machado out of the play.
Batting fifth, the right fielder,
Nelson Cruz, the next to hit, had the day off yesterday. That's in there. Strike 1. Falter. A guy that really fills up the strike zone. Rarely walks people. The downside is the home run ball more likely in play. 0-1 down.
Oh, that's up good.
That's hard hit on the line. He dives but can't hang on. That's a base hit.
batting fifth, the catcher.
And now it's Austin Nola. 2 for 7 in the series so far.
Well, pitchers like this usually work down in the zone a lot, but these days, with all the uppercut swings most hitters are taking to elevate the ball, pitchers almost have to be effective up in the zone with hard stuff. So maybe that's one area he can improve in his game to try to combat that long ball.
Line to right, and that'll be a base hit. They get it in quickly. So first and second now, 1 out.
Batting seventh, the designated hitter, Matt.
Now it's Matt Carpenter, 4th on the National League RBI leaderboard. That one's in there, 0-1. As a hitter, does knowing that this guy's going to be in the zone, does that make you more aggressive?
Kind of, but you still have to stay on that backside. You've got to make sure you get pitch recognition and let your hands work.
0-1. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2. Did you ever really need a cue to be more aggressive?
No, I never did, especially when it comes to messing with you.
Wow. Quick feed to second for 1, and that's 2. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on. We head on now to the top of the 3rd. It's the Phillies 3 and the Padres nothing. Back here at the ballpark now, here is Brandon Jordan.
The designated hitter, Brandon Jordan.
Musgrove back to work.
Well, he's back out here for the third, and after the first couple of innings, pretty rough. I think the skipper's looking for him to give him a little bit of length, see if he can save the bullpen some.
That one called a strike, and it's 1-1. The 1-1 is fouled off. And it's even up. And that one in the air center field. Makes the grab, and there's one down.
The right fielder, number 3,
Bryce Harper to the plate. Harper bats left, throws right, 30 years old now, and he's a former Rookie of the Year. In there for strike one. Here comes a pitch. He swings and fouls one off. And the right-hander deals. Swings through it for the K. Couldn't catch up to the heater.
Good late cut for the strikeout there. That thing really got in on him. And, you know, the cutter isn't really a huge swing and miss pitch most of the time because it's not really meant to move a whole lot. You're just trying to miss the big part of the barrel and maybe get some weak contact. But that one right there did a whole lot more than that. That was a really good pitch.
Kyle Schwarber stands in for the Phillies. First pitch, and he just misses. Left-hand batter waits. That's through there for a strike. One and two here. Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. Phillies go down quietly in the inning, but they lead at 3-0. Back here at Petco Park. Now it's the second baseman, Ha-Sung Kim.
second baseman.
Falter, 25 years old, and he was a 5th-round pick back in 2015. The pitch. Outside corner, there's a strike. Now the 0-1. Out towards right center field. Crawford trots over to his left. Hauls it in after a long run. One down.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
Trent Grisham, the next to hit, takes ball one. So 2 balls and no strikes. And a pitch.
Nope, outside.
Well, I would expect in this 3-0 count, you're taking all the way. See if he'll walk you.
And it's ball 4. He missed down low.
4 pitches. That's an easy walk, man. He could have walked me right there, Boog. The last one wasn't even close.
So the batting order turns over. Stepping in for San Diego, Xander Bogaerts. He's 0 for 1. Step off, throw to first. Grisham back on a dive. Singy, you know, Xander Bogaerts is actually a twin. His twin brother Jair signed with the Red Sox initially and played a little bit in the Boston organization.
That's pretty cool.
And a pitch. In the air, fairly deep to right field. Harper makes the grab, 2 down.
The first baseman, number 9, Jake Cronenworth.
Man at first, Jake Cronenworth, the next up for the Padres. 0 for 1, he struck out swinging last time. Now snap throw to first. Grisham gets back easily. Cronenworth measures 6 feet even, batting second in today's lineup, and he was drafted in the 7th round back in 2015. And that's in there for strike 1.
First pitch strike right there for him. He's going to have to do that consistently if he's going to give any length to his skipper.
Over to first, and he's safe. Runner on the move. In the air to left center. Schwarber in pursuit. Nice grab on the run. And that's the inning. 1 left for San Diego. They trail it here 3-0.
Concentrating my balance, give life a better chance. I'm too involved in God.
On to the 4th, and up to the plate is JT Realmuto.
JT Realmuto.
The pitch. That's in there, and that is strike 1.
Well, these Phillies doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing.
Now this ball is well hit. This one's got a chance, and that one's gone. His 23rd of the year, and they add a run. It's 4-0.
Well, I'm sure there's a big grin on his face right now, Boog. He's probably had some of those that didn't stay fair, but off the bat, it looked like it was going to bend foul. Was able to keep it in there, tucked it nicely, and he gets the jog around the bases. Good for him.
And the batter now is Rhys Hoskins. And a pitch. Good eye right there.
And that pitch count is impactful because if they can keep making him work hard out there, it may force the bullpen to get involved a little sooner rather than later.
The next offering misses. It's 2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Well, that's the money maker right there. 2 strikes, slider down and away from a same side thrower as the hitter. I mean, that's just tough. You're looking to protect with 2 strikes and very difficult to lay off.
Josh Harrison will hit next, and he's already singled in this game. That one catches the zone. Strike 1.
On the mound, he's got to remember his offense can score a lot. So if he can hit the reset button from here going forward, there's still a chance that his club can win this ball game.
A wind in the pitch. Battling here as he fouls it away. Next one is off the plate. Now 1-2. Popped in the air. Left field. Soto makes the grab, and there's 2 away.
The bat, number 7, shortstop.
Here's Trey Turner. And the first pitch misses for ball one. Hard hit left side. Bogarts with the throw to first. Turner is out. Third out, and that ends the frame. JT Realmuto delivers yet again on this one. It's now a 4-0 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Welcome back. Now the youngster Juan Soto.
The left fielder.
Well, a big lead like this is comfortable many times, but not when these two teams are matching up. You got to continue to keep your head down, play catch with that catcher, and just try to move through this lineup.
Chopped left side. Whips it to first on the run. They get the out on Soto.
The third baseman, number 13.
Here's Manny Machado. Grounded out his first time. Chris, whether it's superstition or things guys do just to get themselves mentally focused, Manny Machado has a routine. He'll write the initials FN in the infield dirt to honor his ground. Dives, but it falls. And now it looks like extra bases. Machado into second, and he's got a double.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. A well-deserved double on a great swing. Got everything going on time. He stayed balanced and he squared it up about as well as you could possibly ask. Could be a chance here for them to start clawing back into this ballgame.
Man at second with one away. Nelson Cruz, the next up for the Padres. And the first pitch misses for ball one. Kicks and deals. In there for a strike at the bottom of the zone.
1-1.
Hard ground ball, base knock. They won't risk the send. Runners at the corners now with one away.
A couple of hits in a row for him here. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
Stepping in, Austin Nola. That one outside, 1-0. At the belt and fires. Into left center for a base hit. He's in safely at second. A run comes in the play.
Well done. Narrows the deficit with the RBI there. And man, I'll tell you, a line drive like that into the gap just feels so good. It's feedback that you had everything on time and in control from start to finish with your swing. And you can feel this crowd waking up a bit here as the guys are starting to make some noise with their bats.
At the plate, Matt Carpenter fouls one off out of play back to our left. Cruz, the lead runner at second. Nola at first. One gone. Carpenter swinging a drive. Right field. That one back. And caught on the warning track. Runner tags at second, and he's up to third safely with two gone.
Now back, second baseman.
So digging in now for San Diego, Ha-Seong Kim. 0 for 1 with a flyout. Ball one, no strikes.
Nasty backdoor slider. There's really nothing you can do with that if you swing at it. So it's a good take by him.
And now the lefty on the ground to third. Whips it to first. Inning over, and it could have been worse. But the RBI single pushes across a run. It's now 4-1. And welcome back. Top five, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton. And leading it off, Alec Bohm. The pitch. And that one just missed off the outside edge. And now 2-0.
Pretty easy to give up on that pitch right there. Started on the edge of the plate with the spin. You know it's going to finish well off the plate.
2-0. They say it went.
2-1.
This one lifted in the air, left field. Soto makes the catch, and there's one down.
Good pitch. He just kind of had him out in front on that pitch away and wasn't able to stay close.
Number 2.
Justin Crawford getting ready to hit. This guy has turned into a beast. And it's fouled away. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock.
Now batting, the designated hitter.
Next is the designated hitter, Brandon Jordan. Year in and year out, this guy an MVP candidate. First offering, and it just misses. And a pitch out, but no steal, and it's ball 2. Double-barreled action in the bullpen for San Diego. Nabil Crismatt, the young right-hander, up and throwing. Martinez getting loose as well. Move to first. Crawford back easily. And another ball. Let's see if he gives him anything to hit here. Fouled off. He was late. (3-1) now. 3-1, and he couldn't come up with it.
His ability to draw walks has been something that's been part of his career since day one.
And the Padres manager making his way towards the mound as he will make the move. Joe Musgrove is done in this one, and the line not closed on him yet as he's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this. On the mound now, Nabil Crismatt.
Well, he struggled quite a bit, so this is another opportunity to get on the right track. He's given up more than one hit per inning pitch so far this season.
So first and second with one man gone. Bryce Harper stands in for the Phillies.
Not the easiest thing when you're talking about a guy that's, perhaps is going to be in the rotation, maybe a long relief guy, to not start an inning, to come into an inning with pressure on it and try to get yourself comfortable.
Check swing. He held up, and the count is 2-0. And fouled off. One out. Runners at first and second. Swings and misses. That is strike 2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Pulled the string on the changeup.
Got him out on the front foot. Couldn't keep the hands back long enough. And played right into the hands of the pitcher.
And now Kyle Schwarber. And there's the strike. The 0-1. Into center. Grisham settles under it. He makes the grab. And that is that. Phillies leave a couple as they hold on to a 4-1 lead. Back here in San Diego, here's the center fielder, Trent Grisham.
The center fielder, Trent Grisham.
The pitch. There's the strike.
You know, these Padres doing a good job of putting the ball into play, and that makes things more challenging on the defensive side. One thing that really stands out to me is how they've only struck out one time. That's good discipline right there, and on top of it, they're producing more than a hit per inning.
Next offering down low and in the dirt.
All those numbers mean this offense is really making the defense work by just putting the ball into play. Anything can happen at that point.
The 2-2 now. Next offering is fouled back.
The idea was right, looking to locate that fastball up and in. He just missed his spot a little bit.
And the pitch. Stays alive. Two now. And a rope into center field, base hit. So now back to the top of the order.
Really stayed true on that swing. It wasn't an easy pitch, lefty on lefty. Pitch was a little down, a little bit away, but he committed to it. His shoulder stayed square to the plate and didn't try to pull off that ball at all. And that's why it jumped off the bat.
So the lineup flips over. Now here's Xander Bogaerts now. Line drive, caught. Dives for the bag, got him. Double play.
The first baseman, number 9.
Down the number 2 hitter, Jake Cronenworth. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
Well, this is the type of hitter you want up in this situation. Some sluggers coming up behind him. He's so good at moving runners, but also getting on base. See if he can be patient here.
Next offering is in for a strike.
1-1.
On the ground to the left. And foul ball. And that's just foul. And a ball and 2 strikes. Swings and misses, struck him out. Back here at Petco Park. All set for the top of the 6th. And now for the Phillies, JT Realmuto. Crismatt back to work. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit.
Just kept it simple. Played Pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from. And there's just no one there to knock it down.
So a man aboard, and here's the first baseman, Rhys Hoskins, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Crismatt, 28 years old, and he's a native of Colombia. Little trouble with this one behind the plate, but no advance. That's ball one. Bullpen action for the Padres. Jose Castillo getting ready to come in for Bob Melvin. And here it comes. And a good eye there.
2 balls, no strikes.
The 2-0 is in for a strike. These two offenses can put up runs in a hurry. Strike 2. Right-handed reliever.
You got a full count.
So here we go. Base runner at first, could be running on the pitch. He's got good enough speed to steal the bag to get in scoring position, even if it's a swing and miss at the plate.
Crushed in the air. Left center field. Way back there. No doubt about it. A 2-run homer, and they add a couple more. It's 6-1. He absolutely crushed that one.
No doubt about that one, Boog. We knew it wasn't coming back. Breaking ball on the inside part of the plate requires a hitter to stay really square with his mechanics. If you fly open with the front shoulder, there's no way you keep that ball fair. An outstanding job mechanically. He deserves that home run.
Josh Harrison stands in for the Phillies. First pitch, and that's in for a strike.
You know, these Phils, digging into their numbers, have to be happy with the swings they're taking. We've heard lots of loud noise coming from their bats in this one, haven't we? I mean, they've logged 6 hits at 90+ exit velocity, and that doesn't happen by accident.
Next offering in the dirt, and the count even 1-1. Swing and a miss, and the count 1-2. And now 2-2.
Well, he might have to look for a different put-away pitch right here, 2-2. He's already seen the curveball a couple of times in this at-bat, so might have it timed up and ready for it.
In the air, left field. Soto gets under it. And out number 1 on the grab.
The batter, number 7.
Trey Turner with a chance now.
Turner.
That one's in there, 0-1.
Well, they say it's the best pitch in baseball. Strike one. You get ahead on a good hitter as well. Gives you a little bit more confidence to move through the at-bat.
Still only 1 out here in the inning. That one misses, and that's ball 1. In the air, foul off first. Cronenworth makes the grab. And there's 2 away.
Now batting, third baseman,
Alec Bohm stands in for the Phillies. And there's a strike. Swing and a miss, and the count is 0-2.
For a guy that's been swinging the bat, well, all game long, that was a pretty ugly swing right there. I'm sure he'll tighten it up on this next pitch.
Hard hit to third. Machado throws to first in time, and that'll do it. But the Phils get 2 on this blast, and this is now a 6-1 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show. Back here at the ballpark, and now it's Juan Soto.
The left fielder.
Soto measures 6 feet 2 inches, 24 years old, and he's a former All-Star Game MVP. First pitch just misses.
Definitely a frustrating day for the offense, but when they look at it, this guy's had his best stuff. He's painting the corners, working on the edges, and changing speeds. Just a difficult one. You tip your cap.
That one's in there, and the count even at 1.
Well, you can't really adjust your game plan for that last pitch. Guy hasn't thrown it very much. You got to focus on the stuff that he's throwing up there most of the time.
And that is cut on and missed. 1-2. And the 1-2 misses to even the count.
Talk about the right guy at the right spot. They really need a rally, and this guy is someone you can believe in to find a way to get on base.
The next pitch misses, and it's a full count. And so the lefty allows the leadoff free pass.
Oh, he earned his trip to first right there. It's not easy laying off pitches that just miss the zone like that. And it's a real discipline as well. He's put a lot of work into that aspect of his game, and it paid off right there.
And now it's Manny Machado. Enters the day among the league leaders in batting average, but he'll need to get hot if he hopes to win the title.
Hey, Boog, did you know Manny Machado is the youngest player in history to have a walk-off grand slam in both leagues?
I did not know that. Now a screamer into the outfield. And puts the squeeze on that one. And there's one down.
The right fielder, number 32, Nelson Cruz.
And at first, now it's the right fielder, Nelson Cruz. Cruz, more than 2,000 hits in his career, and he's been touching home plate quite a bit lately, scoring 8 runs over the last 10 games. First pitch, and he just misses.
Count 1-0.
That one drifts inside.
When you get ahead in the count, there's no doubt that the success rate goes up, and that's what he's been doing. It's made a big impact for him in recent games.
2-0 to count. Here it comes. Base knock center field. They fired in quickly, so it's first and second with only one away.
Well, when you fall behind in the count, you've got to come into the zone, and then guys have a better chance of hitting the ball hard like he did right there.
Austin Nola, the next up for the Padres.
Picked up an RBI in his last at bat. Still their only run of the game so far.
First offering misses the mark. Here comes a pitch. And a foul ball. Runners at first and second with one gone. Misses inside. Ball 2. Out towards left center. Crawford. He ranges to his right. Makes the grab on the run. 2 away.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Matt Carpenter.
So now the DH spot, Matt Carpenter. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Inside, just missed. Swing and a miss. Now 2-1.
He's been able to go inside as well as outside, effectively working both sides of the plate in this at bat.
2-1 pitch is in there, and the count is even. And he deals. That one down the line, and that's a fair ball. Coming around third is Soto. He pulls into second as a run scores. The tag, and that's out number 3, inning over. 1 run, a pair of hits, no errors, and 1 left on. We're through 6 full. It's the Phillies 6 and the Padres 2. Nick Martinez on a pitch out of the pen here.
And this is his 40th appearance of the season, so he's starting to log a decent amount of work this year.
Justin Crawford stands in for the Phillies.
Nick Martinez.
Right field down the line, and that one slices foul. The wind of the pitch. And that one fouled off. Right-hander kick steals. Ball 1 there.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Well, when you commit to throwing an inside fastball to your glove side across the strike zone, especially with 2 strikes, if you're going to miss, you want to miss off the plate in. You do not want to leave it out over the heart of the plate. So that was excellent execution on that pitch. Really tied him up, and he couldn't get a piece at all.
Jordan stands in now and watches strike 1. Pitch is in there. No balls, 2 strikes.
All right, now he may have not liked either of those first 2 pitches or agreed with the umpire's calls, but at this point he's going to have to bear down and be ready to hit anything close to the zone.
That misses the zone. It's a ball and 2 strikes. The wind of the pitch.
That's a ball.
Well, this is a guy that can be frustrating for pitchers because he fouls off so many pitches and grinds out the at-bat. I'm sure there's some times where a pitcher would rather just give up a first pitch single than have to waste 6 or 7 pitches on 1 hitter.
Swing and a pop-off in foul ground. Machado drifts towards it. 2 down.
Now batting, the right fielder, Bryce Harper.
2 outs, base is empty. And now the right fielder, Bryce Harper. In there for strike 1. Swing and a high fly ball to left. In 1 hops off the wall, should be extra bases. Oh, he throws it away.
This was a really nice swing. Didn't quite get enough behind it to get it out of here, but once it got over his head in left field, it was extra bases all the way.
So digging in now for Philadelphia, Kyle Schwarber. That's in there. Strike 1. Man at second. Swing and a high fly ball down the left field line, but hooking foul. Harper at second with 2 down. Swing and a miss, and that is that. Phillies strand 1. They lead it 6-2. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Nick Nelson. He pitched yesterday, and we'll see him once again.
Now pitching for the Phillies, number 57, Nick Nelson.
Here's the second baseman, Ha-Sung Kim. The Padres in striking distance, but have some work to do.
Boog, it starts with the leadoff man. Need a good at bat out of him right here.
Next pitch is popped up. One away.
Good hard fastball up in the zone right there. They look really good coming in, but so hard to get on top of as a hitter.
Now it's Trent Grisham to the plate. And that's in there for strike one. Stirring in the Phillies bullpen, Gregory Soto. The left-handed reliever appears to be getting loose. Strom warming up as well. Swing and a pop-up in foul ground. That takes care of Grisham. And there are 2 outs.
Now batting, shortstop, Xander Bogaerts.
And here comes Xander Bogaerts. And a foul ball. The pitch. And it's 1-1. And there's a strike. Good heater at 98. Next pitch misses inside. Now 2-2.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. But that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
That's to third. Oh, look at the stop. Gathers and throws, and they get the out. 3 up, 3 down for San Diego. They still trail it here. It's 6-2. So they turn to the lefty in this spot, Drew Pomeranz.
And he's got a big-time breaking ball to contend with. Hitters going to have to pick it up early if they're going to have any chance.
JT Realmuto steps in. He's already homered here in this one. And a pitch. And there's a strike on the outside corner. And now it's even up. That clips a corner.
One way to make a guy real uncomfortable at the plate is pound him inside with good velocity. They're doing that right here.
And now the count is even. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
That was a pretty good pitch. Top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially when 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
Swings through that one. 0-1. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Jose Castillo getting ready to come in for Bob Melvin. And now the 0-1. And strike 2. Not close with that one. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Swings and blasts one deep to left center. That one back. And it's gone. His second home run of the game, and they add on. It's 7-2. Singy, the ball is jumping off his bat.
Yes, it is. Tons of loud contact. Man, it's been impressive. That one was a hanger, and pitchers typically don't get away with making a mistake like that. And right there, he made him pay.
Now it's the second baseman, Josh Harrison. In there, and it's 0-1. The big lefty turns, kicks, deals.
Hey! No ball, 2 strikes.
Gonna count 1 and 2.
2 strikes.
Got him. That's out number 2. Here's Turner now.
Trey Turner.
That one's in there, 0-1. That's a strike.
No ball, 2 strikes.
The wide to kick the pitch. And downstairs. This one drilled to left. No doubt about it as they add on more. Gone. Trey Turner crushes it, and they add a run. It's 8-2.
That's exactly the pitch he was looking for. Crushes it and hits it out of the ballpark.
Out of the bullpen for the Padres, Jose Castillo.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
So 2 away with nobody on. And the batter now, Alec Bohm. Down the left field line, base hit. And that rolls into the corner. Around first and hustling for second. And he greets the new arm from the bullpen with a double.
Wastes no time there. Ripped that one down the line and kept it fair. And even when you hit it that far out front, you still have to keep your hands tight to your body so you don't hook around that baseball and put it in foul territory. And that right there was perfect.
And now the center fielder, Justin Crawford. First offering, and it just misses.
Ball 1, no strike.
And that one wrapped foul. Bohm on at second with 2 down. That misses the zone. Now 2 balls and a strike. And that one fouled off.
Very dominant with that fastball inside. Hitter's going to be conscious of that. Now you have the outer half of the plate to work with out there on the mound.
2-2 down. Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. 3rd out. But the long ball was working in this inning. Not once, but twice. It's now 8-2. It's Major League Baseball on the show. Bottom of the 8th. Stepping in for San Diego, Jake Cronenworth.
The first baseman,
The right-hander back to work. And a good fastball to start him off. That's strike one. And a swing and a miss. Next offering upstairs.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss for the strikeout. Had him way out front of the slurve.
And there's another strikeout, and those are just continuing to pile up. His confidence level has got to be dropping. He's got to find a way to make an adjustment, Booth, get back on track. His team needs him.
Soto batting with 1 down takes a strike. Strike 2.
Quickly in an 0-2 count, you've got to figure out a way to shorten your path to the baseball. Put it in play somewhere, then you got a chance.
And 1-2.
It's a good take.
Fights that one away, still 1-2. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. The 1-2. That's inside. This to center field. Crawford has this one sized up. Puts the squeeze on it, and there's 2 away.
The third baseman, number 13.
2 outs, base is empty. Here's the cleanup hitter for the Padres, Manny Machado. And he swings and misses at the initial offering. Outside. And that one is lifted in the air. And no one can get there. Around first, heading for 2. The throw into second, in safely with a double, his second of the day.
That was maybe even a little off the plate, but no problem getting the barrel to it. Man, he does such a nice job. That's what you're supposed to do with the pitch in that location.
Nelson Cruz, the next up for the Padres. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
1-0.
Runner leads away at second.
Ball.
On the inside corner for a strike. And that one a little bit high.
3 balls.
2 outs and 1 in scoring position. The 3-1 in for a strike, full count.
3-2.
Ripped to short. Fires over to Hoskins. And that is the inning. Padres leave 1, and it's still 8-2. And welcome back. All set to start the 9th in this one. Now it's the DH, Brandon Jordan. The pitch. Swing and a foul, pushed off to the right, and that will get out of play. Castillo, a tall lefty. He features a four-seam fastball, a slider, and he works in a two-seamer. Kicks and fires. That one is hammered right field. That's back. And it's gone. That one felt good. His 36th home run of the season. It's 9-2.
That's the exact definition of hitting the ball where it's pitched, taking that outside fastball and driving it the opposite way out of the ballpark. You want to bottle that type of approach.
And now here is Harper.
Ball
First
one.
pitch doesn't find the zone.
Ball one, no strike.
Kicks and deals. And that gets the inside corner for a strike. Ground ball left side. Fair ball. Now he'll turn for second. And that rolls into the corner. And that's a double.
Now batting.
Just found a way to slap that ball down the third baseline. That's really excellent bat control, and it kind of goes back to all those drills you see hitters do off the tee where it's placed in different spots. That was just nice.
So man aboard. Kyle Schwarber stands in for the Phillies. First offering misses the mark. Left-hand batter waits. Ground ball up the middle. Oh, he gloves it over to first. Nicely done for the out.
Now batting. Catcher. JT. Realmuto.
Here's the catcher, JT Realmuto. First pitch just misses. Inside just missed. That one missing inside.
No strike.
One away with a runner at third. In there at the knees. 3 balls and a strike. And there's ball 4.
Now batting. The first baseman. Rhys Hoskins.
And it's Rhys Hoskins up to the dish. And the way he's going in this one, we've been waiting for his spot to come around again.
All right, listen, everyone, stop what you're doing right now. This guy's got 2 home runs already. Now he's going for number 3.
In there for strike 1.
Oh, in this situation with runners on, you've got to get ahead in the count so that you can dictate the rest of the at-bat. Nice job right there.
Next offering is in for a strike. In the dirt, blocked. No movement on the bases. 1-2 the count. Next one just misses. And the count is 2-2.
This is a situation where the hitter is looking for something up in the zone that he can get his arms extended. What you have to be careful of is that pitch that's up, that's in on your hands. That'll pop you up.
And there's a base hit to left. The run scores from third, and it's now 10-2.
Well, he wasn't afraid to hit with 2 strikes. I think he choked up a little bit, maybe spread out, but he got the job done right there.
Josh Harrison stands in for the Phillies. And that's in there for strike 1.
0-1 for count.
Real Muto at second. Hoskins over at first with 1 away. Pop foul out of play off to the right. Oh, 0-2 now.
Ball 1.
Good eye right there.
Good slider down and in can be so hard to get on plane with. You're better off taking that pitch.
2-2 now. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. The 2-2. That's towards center. Grisham sprinting for this one. Makes the grab on the run. That's out number 2.
The batter, number 7, shortstop, Trey Turner.
So the Padres with a new arm in the mound, Steven Wilson.
And compared to a lot of other relievers, strikeouts have not been a big weapon for him this year. So the defense should be active.
Back to the top of the lineup, Trey Turner now.
Hit an absolute tape measure shot last time up.
And there's a ball. 2 outs. A couple of base runners at first and second. Next offering misses, and it's 2-0.
2-0.
Righty to the plate. Line drive, base hit down the line. Real Muto around third. He'll score, and it's 11-2.
Well done. Drives in the run. Nice line drive to the pull side. Met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
And digging in for Philadelphia, Alec Bohm. And that's outside. Ball 1. First and second, 2 down. In the air out towards right center. Cruz under it. Puts the squeeze on that one. And that is that. So they get 3 runs on 4 hits. 1 was the solo homer. 6, 7, 8 scheduled to start the bottom of the 9th. It's the Phillies 11 and the Padres 2. Last chance for the home team. So digging in now for San Diego, Austin Nola. The wind and the pitch. And that's in for a strike. That one fouled off. And a pitch. And that's too high.
2 strikes.
Lifted in the air, right center field. Crawford on the move. Hauls it in for the out.
Now batting, the designated hitter.
Now, Matt Carpenter.
Carpenter.
That one hammered center field. Crawford going back some more, banks off the wall. Throw into third. He's safe, and that's a triple off the wall.
Well, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there. That just came off the bat really well in the center field and clearly put a nice swing on it. And anytime you can get one to drop in out there, you know you stung it pretty good, because it seems like center fielders these days, to a man, these guys can run down just about everything hit their way.
So digging in, Ha-Sung Kim. In there, and it's 0-1. Now 1-1. Sharp grounder, that's through for a base hit.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
Here's the center fielder, Trent Grisham. That's a strike across the top of the zone. Left-hand hitter waits. That one is upstairs.
1-0.
Kim at first, one gone. Next pitch is outside.
When the skipper calls down to the bullpen, he's expecting the guy to come in and get outs. So far, not getting what he was hoping for.
2-1 now. That's in there. And down on strikes he goes. 2 down. And here is Xander Bogaerts.
The shortstop, Xander Bogaerts.
And he's got it. Ball game. And the Phillies slugged their way to a win in this one.
Well, I'm not sure if he expected to get 9 outs in this one, but he had the gas in the tank to get it done. Kind of a throwback save for this guy today, but helps the team get the win. As you can see, they're pretty happy about it, and they're celebrating his performance in this one.
And your final 11-3. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon.